T.C. Cannon created art that combines traditional Native culture with the modern world.
This is one of the pieces that would walk by the museum and just stop and just look at that and go, man, what was he thinking? How did he get there? How did he get from nothing to something?
I thought he was from another planet. He may be. He was from the stars. He was way before his time, for sure.
Mama and Papa Hobby Shiprock Blues. Well, I've been out there where the BC stay. I ride it home most every day. It don't seem to ease my pain at all. Cause I long for the sand and the pinon trees. Sheep manure up to my knees, and in the evening time, a greasy Joe babe squall. Oh, mama, Papa's got those blues again. Oh, mama, Papa's got the shipwright blues again. Let me ride on my horse to the trading post. They got some women there that are the...
Each of you, I know, has a story to tell, has a connection to TC, has a realization of his contribution to art.
I see the word Dene on Mom and Papa, and as a Kiowa cattle man, you know, I don't know that that would have been accepted 50 years earlier. And that was really a revolutionary thing for people to come in from all around the country and to really inspire everyone else with their own culture, and for everyone else to learn their culture.
And we were all in the studio at the same time, so we all just kind of fed off of each other, and it was a really exciting time.
He created a myth within the IAIA. It's like the star. He created a direction. TC's painting technique, he was able to absorb the abstract expressionist ideas and still painting about cultural images.
Overall, I thought his painting style just opened up a floodgate for me and an understanding of how we as Native people and artistic, creative Native people have the ability to bridge modern thought, modern history. I think his work captured everything that was happening during the late 60s, early 70s. He planted his staff like they do. And he was a warrior through his work, through his words.
Oh, mama, Papa's got those blues again. Oh, mama, Papa's got the shipwright blues again.
Mama and Papa paved the way for TC's defining work.
Nobody had done Native American art like that before. Nothing was the same after that.
Who knows what motivates an artist? It's just there. They're born with it. You know, they see things that we cannot see. His style of art came from within him, his soul. He could do just about anything.
This is about where the heart is and why some people never find their own. And you see them walking around humiliating themselves and their hearts, and you see them wrestling leaves of their forests and burning. You see their flaming selves turn to ashes as a shooting star's death, and they are no longer a part of the cosmos, but merely dust on your brow to dust away and vacuum from the rug like the dust of all people who never find their own hearts.
Charismatic, that's the word that best describes him. He could come into a room, sit down, and after a while, the guys would all be standing around and talking to him. The girls would all want to be with him. And that's the way he was in life. He just stood out.
He was always saying, I'm not just an Indian artist. And he knew also that the things he was saying were universal things. And he envisioned that eventually that would be the most important part of his work. And he felt like his family, his father, and therefore him, and many of the modern Native Americans in today's society were stuck in this transition between the past and the future. He was really good at capturing the human condition. And he also wanted to talk about his world. It was very important to him to get ideas across from the Native American world, because he was very proud of that. And at the same time, he had things to say about it. He's brave. The subjects that he tackles, the way he puts it out there is very sophisticated. At first, you don't realize that he's actually saying that. Guess what? That's what happened. And he brought it up, and he made people look at it.
His road, unfortunately, was very short. And he said, I'm going to die when I'm 31. And he did die when he was 31. The pressure it put on him was to live very fast.
5 years before he passed away, he was hitting all cylinders and doing his absolute best work. Collector number 5 was done during that period at his residency at Dartmouth. It's huge, it's a big painting. It's the quintessence of all the images that he did, where he positioned this transitional Native American that looks like he's an old-time warrior coming off the plains. But if you pay attention, you realize he's in the modern world, because there are modern things such as the Van Gogh painting on the wall. The windows, the wallpaper, ka-ching, you wake up and pay attention, you realize it. This person that's stuck between those periods in history. They know they're in the modern world, but they have this very, very intense core traditional culture that they're proud of, and it's a big part of their world. Probably the most important thing he gave us was that he allowed us a view into the Native American world that most people don't see, and the humanity there, and the grandeur of what it's all about, the history, and the tradition, and the beauty. And because you're attracted to the techniques that he used that were so sophisticated, he then takes you through that world. The logical lunatic. With the madness of a logical lunatic, I will challenge the world to a winner-take-all wrestling match. And while we're rolling and grunting over and around hemispheres, I will grow a little older and a little bolder and a little boogie-woogie-ish in my own personal way. And then someday soon, I will hang one last feather in my hair and rouge my forehead and run faster than the future.